have you noticed that sometimes when we go to our favorite vacation spot, we're wrapping up our vacation, we're asked to fill out a survey form or a comment sheet. And I came across a couple of comments here just recently that were given to the staff of a very remote wilderness part of one of our national parks. And I wanted to share some of those with you this morning. Here are some of the comments. Trails. The trails need to be reconstructed. Please avoid building trails that go uphill. Too many bugs and spiders. Please spray the wilderness to rid the areas of these pests. The coyotes made too much noise last night and kept me awake. Please eradicate these annoying animals. A small deer came into my camp and stole my jar of pickles. Is there a way I can get reimbursed? No, the Starbucks down by the trailhead would be really nice. And there are just too many rocks in the mountains. Well, my friends, these folks don't have a really good grasp of what it means to be in a wilderness area and to have a wilderness experience. What they're really looking for is something that's comfortable, something that's convenient. And a lot of times, we as disciples of Christ are pretty much in the same boat. We don't really have a grasp of what it really means, if we read our gospel today, to be a disciple of Christ. We too are looking for something comfortable, something convenient. We consider ourselves to be disciples, but a lot of times we kind of do things on our own terms and not on the terms that Jesus has laid out for us. Do things on our own terms. And we kind of lose track of the definition of what a disciple really is. And it's very, very simple. It's merely someone who has studied, who has accepted, who lives and tries to spread the gospel or the doctrine of the individual that they're studying. Someone who studies, lives, and spreads that news. That's what a disciple is. So maybe we could, actually I'll say that we're all disciples, right? We come to church every day, every Sunday. We will recite the creed, we'll go to communion, we'll even contribute to the collection. We'll do all of those things. But are we true disciples? You know, there was a huge crowd following along Jesus, and many of them were traveling with Jesus. Many of them really had an appreciation of who he was and really were excited by his words. But very, very few of them were really disciples. And how about us? Are we just kind of following along with Jesus, or are we true followers? Jesus asks us to consider that for ourselves today. Now, to really get the point across, I'm going to have to get a little bit more personal. So let me tell you a story, and bear with me. My wife, Jackie, has a long-term friend from college who has, over the last couple of years, has been studying to be a Methodist minister. Jackie just spent a couple of days with her at the beginning of August. And their connection over the years has been, of course, in matters of religion, but they also are very connected in terms of pushing the rights and entitlements of women, both in society and in the workplace. And Jackie works very hard at making sure the women that she comes across in her workplace are given opportunities for promotion. And so they're very, very conscious of this. But all of a sudden, right in the middle of this visit, this lady who's studying to be a minister told Jackie, Jackie, I don't understand why you are still a Catholic. Just look at the structure of the Catholic Church. Every single position of authority is still dominated by men. There is no place for women in the church. Even with the shortage of priests, there's no place for women in the church. Why are you still a Catholic? Jackie's answer was very, very simple. Actually, she had been challenged because Terry, her friend, was telling her that she could be a Methodist minister. In fact, she could be a Methodist bishop by this time. And any of you who know Jackie know that she could be a bishop by this time. But Jackie's answer was just simply this: I'm a Catholic because the Catholic Church is the only place, the only denomination where I can be in the presence, the real presence of Jesus Christ in the Eucharist. We have the Eucharist. I can be in his presence. I can receive him every single day. And that is worth everything. It's worth all the positions in the world. There is no other place to go. Where else would I go to have the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist? There just isn't any other place. My friends, we have such a faith that when we talk about it with our friends, Do we talk about it in such a way that we risk losing their friendship, or we risk losing the attachment to a family member? It's what disciples do. Propose our faith and proclaim it to all those around us. And so today, as we go through the long weekend, as we go through the next week, and we talk about our faith to others, ask ourselves, are we like those people who are trying to have a wilderness experience but are always complaining about the wilderness? Instead, let's ask the Lord to enlighten us on how we can be more perfect disciples of His. And talk about this on the way home. Please bring it up in the car on the way home and just discuss amongst yourselves and with family members, what can I do to perfect my discipleship? Because being a disciple of Jesus Christ is, in this life, above everything else. It's the first thing we need to accomplish. Being a disciple is better.